Hello everyone! Welcome back to Writing Tutorials. In today's video, we are going to learn how to write an essay about my favorite subject, especially for elementary school students. Now, this is a very common topic in school. Sometimes your teacher asks you to write about your favorite subject, and you might only write one or two short sentences like, "I like math because it is fun." But that is not enough for a good essay. So today I will guide you step by step. I will explain what to write in each paragraph, why it is important, and how you can add your own ideas so you do not get stuck copying the sample. Let's go step by step. Check this out. Introduction paragraph. Tell your favorite subject. First, let's talk about the introduction. In this paragraph, you clearly tell the reader what your favorite subject is and why you like it. Here is the full sample introduction. My favorite subject in school is science. I like science because it helps me understand the world around me. It teaches me about plants, animals, the human body, and many other interesting things. Now let's break this down slowly. The first sentence clearly tells us the subject, science. The second sentence explains why the writer likes it. The third sentence gives examples of what is learned in science class. This is a very good introduction because it answers two important questions. What is your favorite subject? Why do you like it? Now, how can you elaborate this part without copying? You can. Choose a different subject like math, English, art, or history. Add when you started liking this subject. Explain how you feel during the class. For example, you may write, "I have liked science since 3rd grade. I feel excited every time the class begins. This subject makes me think and learn new things." These ideas help you make your introduction more personal and longer. Second paragraph. Describe the class. Now let's move to the second paragraph. This paragraph talks about what happens in the classroom and why it is enjoyable. Here is the full sample paragraph. Science class is always exciting. My teacher explains the lessons in a simple and fun way. Sometimes we do small experiments, and I enjoy watching how things happen. These activities make learning more interesting and easier to understand. Let's understand this clearly. The first sentence tells us the class is exciting. The second sentence explains how the teacher teaches. The third sentence gives an example of experiments. The fourth sentence explains why those activities are helpful. This paragraph is important because it shows real classroom experiences, not just feelings. Now, how can you add your own ideas? You can. Describe a fun activity. Mention a group project. Talk about how your teacher makes lessons easy. For example, you may write, "We work in groups to complete fun tasks. My teacher uses pictures and videos. I like when we answer questions together." Adding small details makes your essay stronger. Third paragraph, your curiosity and experience. Now let's move to the third paragraph. This paragraph talks about curiosity and something specific you learned. Here is the full sample paragraph. I also like science because it makes me curious. When I learn something new, I want to know more about it. For example, when we studied about the solar system, I was amazed to learn about the planets and stars. It made me realize how big and wonderful our universe is. Let's break this down. The first sentence talks about curiosity. The second sentence explains wanting to learn more. The third sentence gives a real example, the solar system. The fourth sentence shows the writer's feelings of amazement. This paragraph is very good because it includes a specific topic, not just general words. Now, how can you elaborate this part? You can. Give a different example, like animals, weather, or magnets. Describe what surprised you. Explain how you felt when you learned it. For example, you may write, "I was surprised to learn how plants grow. I learned that the earth moves around the sun. It made me feel excited and curious." This helps your essay become more detailed and interesting. Fourth paragraph. How it helps you. Now we move to the fourth paragraph. This paragraph explains how the subject helps you and why it is important for your future. Here is the full sample paragraph. Studying science helps me think carefully and solve problems. It teaches me to ask questions and find answers. I believe this subject will help me in the future, especially if I choose a career related to medicine or technology. Let's understand it clearly. The first sentence explains a skill, thinking carefully. The second sentence talks about asking questions. The third sentence connects the subject to the future. This paragraph is important because it shows that learning is not only for today, but also for tomorrow. Now, how can you add ideas here? You can. Talk about skills like teamwork or creativity. Mention a future dream. Explain how the subject builds confidence. For example, you may write, "It helps me become more confident. I want to become a scientist one day. This subject prepares me for my future." These ideas make your essay thoughtful and meaningful. Conclusion. End your essay properly. Now let's talk about the conclusion. The conclusion is where you repeat your main idea and end your essay nicely. Here is the full sample conclusion. In conclusion, science is my favorite subject because it is fun, useful, and full of discovery. I always look forward to science class, and I hope to learn even more amazing things in the future. Let's break this down. The first sentence repeats why science is the favorite subject. The second sentence expresses excitement for the future. This is a good conclusion because it is clear, positive, and hopeful. Now, how can you elaborate your conclusion? You can. Repeat your subject name. Share your final feeling. End with hope or excitement. For example, you may write, "I will continue to study hard. I am proud to learn this subject. I cannot wait for the next lesson." So that's how you write an essay about my favorite subject for elementary school students. Step by step, paragraph by paragraph, and sentence by sentence. Remember, do not just copy the sample. Use it as a guide. Add your own subject, your own classroom experiences, and your own feelings. That will make your essay special and unique. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite subject. Thank you so much for watching Writing Tutorials, and I'll see you in the next lesson.